Okay, so obviously we've lifted the bonnet, which is in the front of the car, and we're just having a look at what the details of the engine are. And what we're looking as a whole is basically how the car runs. Underneath, which is just this plastic cover, which we can lift up like so, we reveal the engine itself. Now, just to go through some little details of what is inside an engine, we've got our coolant water, which is more our coolant overflow, which we can top up, untapping, opening that up, that we can fill up with fluid. Generally it's a coolant, which is a green, which we can just see there. Now, we never would open that if the car has been running. We'd only open up if the car has been stopped and obviously parked for some time, because it can get extremely hot and it can actually be quite dangerous. We're also looking here on the inside, which is the radiator, the glorious radiator that it is. Probably needs a good dust off, but it does see a lot of wear and tear, vehicles just in general. Then we've got the engine bay here, which inside this little cap is oil, which obviously helps the car it moves and runs. And then we've got the accelerator cable as well. We've got under here 1, 2, 3, 4, which is spark plugs, and this is basically what gets the car going. Once we turn the ignition, it creates that combustion so that obviously the car can move forward. The car can start. We've got this little orange knob there, which is basically your fluid for your transmission. And this would be found in pretty much any vehicle. Fluid that obviously helps you change gears, going from first, second, third and fourth, that we can maintain that momentum and speed, and gives that gliding sense of changing. I don't want to be rambling on. Now, also under this cover is a spectacular battery that we have. Now, this battery obviously is what charges your auxiliaries, also gives power to the engine, because it's all got to work together. Without the battery, the car won't go. Without the engine, the car won't go. So this is a sophisticated piece of machinery that has been created. Now, also in here, we're going to be looking at fuses. This also helps the car. I think this is probably the prettiest part of the car, to be honest, but in reference to colours, that is. And then we've also got a little nifty thing in here, is what they call your air filter, which is basically where all the air gets sucked through and pushed through to keep the engine cool as well. So looking along, we're going to put our little display back up. We're going. Also, we've got some other things here. We've got it's over here, power steering fluid. We've also got washer fluid, which is when inside and we use the windscreen wipers, it squirts out water, so we'd fill it up there with water. That's some brake fluid, I believe. And then we've got all the other little components that compile a vehicle, and that is pretty much the entire outside of the vehicle. If there's just anything else that we've missed, in between each tyres, all 4 of them, we have one there just to show they're brake pads. When we apply our feet on the brake, basically what it does is it causes the car to slow down, and if pressed firmly enough, to stop. And that's an important factor for anybody who's driving, because it's one thing to be going forward, it's another thing to being able to stop. But essentially, that is the entire vehicle that we're looking at. Hope you've enjoyed it.